The AFC North is heating up, and the draft board is officially wide open. We are breaking down the latest mock drafts featuring the Baltimore Ravens, Cincinnati Bengals, Cleveland Browns, and Pittsburgh Steelers to see how these powerhouses are planning their future rosters. Get ready for an intense look at the talent shaping up to change the landscape of the division.
Never run out of battery again with the Iheanachor portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
The dust has settled on the first round of the 2026 NFL Draft, and it was nothing short of electric in Pittsburgh. We have the complete breakdown on how the division rivals navigated their picks, from surprising trades to major roster upgrades that will define the upcoming season. Every single move made last night is under the microscope as we grade the performance of these front offices. The Cleveland Browns made waves by trading down and securing Utah offensive lineman Spencer Fano before adding the dynamic Texas A&M receiver Concepcion to their arsenal. Meanwhile, the Baltimore Ravens stayed physical by drafting Penn State guard Olaivavega Ioane, and the Pittsburgh Steelers bolstered their trenches by selecting Arizona State tackle Max Iheanachor. The competition in the trenches is about to reach a whole new level. The Cincinnati Bengals just made a franchise-altering move by trading for star defensive lineman Dexter Lawrence to dominate the line of scrimmage. With expert analytics from Warren Sharp highlighting his massive impact, it is clear the Bengals are loading up to crush the division. If you want to stay ahead of every trade and draft pick, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for instant updates. Ever wonder what really goes on behind the curtain when NFL front offices gear up for the draft? It's not just about picking players. It's a high-stakes chess match, and nowhere is that more intense than in the AFC North. Recently, the crew at Path to the Draft pulled back the veil, running a full mock simulation for the Ravens, Browns, Steelers, and my focus today, the Cincinnati Bengals. But the story of the Bengals isn't just about who they drafted. It's about the narrative arc of a franchise fighting to stay on top. Between Joe Burrow's growing chemistry with guys like Olaivavega and the electric addition of edge rusher Shemar Stewart, the team is clearly reloading, not rebuilding. You can hear it in the way Zach Taylor talks about the team's vision. There's a quiet confidence that stems from having the right pieces in the right places. We've seen the highs, like that gritty Monday night win against Dallas, and the lows of tough divisional losses, but the consensus remains. The Bengals are built to be a thorn in the side of every AFC contender. It's fascinating to watch these young prospects like Taj Brooks talk about breaking records, knowing they are about to step into the meat grinder that is the NFL. If you love the strategy behind the sport as much as the game itself, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because the road to the Super Bowl is paved with these exact moments. So, I have to ask, do you think the Bengals have enough firepower to reclaim the North, or are we looking at a shifting balance of power in the division? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Ever wondered if the NFL Draft is just a high-stakes game of chess? Or is it more like a chaotic gamble played on the biggest stage in sports? With the first round finally in the books right here in the heart of Pittsburgh, a city whose skyline is as legendary as its grit, the AFC North finds itself at a massive crossroads. We've been watching the rumors swirl like a storm, but now that the dust has settled, it's time to break down how these titans actually fared under the pressure. The Steelers have a massive arsenal with 12 picks, leaving us all wondering. Are they building a dynasty or just hoarding talent for the sake of it? Meanwhile, the Browns are staring down a mountain of uncertainty, and the Bengals' willingness to shuffle the deck by trading back has everyone questioning their endgame. And don't even get me started on the Ravens. Their draft room is always a mystery box waiting to be opened. It's a fascinating, sometimes maddening, look at how these organizations handle the weight of expectation. If you want to see who actually moved the needle, and who might be setting themselves up for a long season, stick with me as we grade the North. Do you think your team played their cards right, or did they fold under the lights? Let me know your take in the comments below, smash that like button, and subscribe for more deep dives into the gridiron chaos. After all, in the NFL, The difference between a champion and a cautionary tale is often decided in just one draft night. The dust has finally settled on an electric first round of the 2026 NFL Draft, and if you thought the AFC North was going to play it safe, you were dead wrong. 3 of the 4 teams in the division went heavy in the trenches, proving once again that in this division, football games are won and lost on the line of scrimmage. Let's break down exactly what went down on the North Shore. The Cleveland Browns kicked things off with a savvy chess move, trading back from 6 to 9 with the Chiefs to snag some extra draft capital, yet they still landed their guy, Utah's Spencer Fano. Now, Fano is a polarizing prospect. Critics point to his arm length as a red flag, but when you watch the tape, his athleticism is tailor-made for the AFC North's grit. He didn't allow a single sack last year. That is the kind of consistency Todd Monken needs to rebuild this unit from the ground up. But Cleveland wasn't done there. At pick 24, they swung for the fences, grabbing Texas A&M wideout KC Concepcion. This kid is pure electricity in space, though he'll need to clean up those focus drops if he wants to thrive alongside a crowded receiver room. Meanwhile, the Baltimore Ravens stayed on brand, drafting Penn State guard Olaivavega Ioane at number 14. Eric DaCosta wasn't kidding when he called him a guard out of central casting. This is a massive plug-and-play move to stabilize that interior line, and unfortunately for the rest of the division, it means we'll be dealing with his physicality twice a year for the foreseeable future. The Cincinnati Bengals were notably quiet, having already traded their capital for all-pro nose tackle Dexter Lawrence, a high-stakes win-now move that tells you exactly how they feel about their championship window. Then there were the Pittsburgh Steelers at pick 21. They ended up taking Arizona State tackle Max Iheanachor. It's a fascinating pick, especially with rumors swirling that they were blindsided by the Eagles jumping them to snag USC's Max Iheanachor. Iheanachor is a developmental project, but under the guidance of legends like Jari Evans, he's got a massive ceiling. It's clear the message across the division is loud and clear. Toughness wins, and the trenches remain the priority. Which team do you think crushed their first-round strategy, and who might regret their move? Drop your hot takes in the comments below. I want to see who you think is heading to the playoffs. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss our deep dives into the rest of the draft. After all, championships are built in April, but they're finished in January. Stop what you are doing, because the Cincinnati Bengals just pulled off a blockbuster trade that might have single-handedly shifted the power dynamics of the AFC North. Sending the 10th overall pick to the Giants for defensive juggernaut Dexter Lawrence isn't just a move, it is a statement of intent. Now, I know what you are thinking. Is he worth a top 10 pick? If you only look at the box score, you are missing the forest for the trees. NFL analytics genius Warren Sharp recently pulled back the curtain on why this deal is an absolute masterstroke. Think about it. The AFC North is a bloodbath. It is built on grit, trenches, and pure physical dominance. When the Bengals saw that the Ravens lost center Tyler Linderbaum to the Raiders, they saw a massive mismatch, and they acted. But here is the real kicker. Look at what happened to the Giants every time Lawrence took a breather. When he was off the field, their defense cratered, ranking near the bottom of the league in almost every critical metric, EPA per pass, sack rate, you name it. When he was on the field, top 10 in the league. That is not just production, that is gravity. He is the most double-teamed player in football for a reason. By commanding that much attention, he is essentially handing a clean path to every other defender on the field. That is a massive win for young linebackers like Demetrius Knight Jr. and Barrett Carter, who now have the breathing room to fly around and make plays. We know the AFC North is a division where games are won and lost at the line of scrimmage, and with Lawrence, Cincinnati has just upgraded their front line to elite status. This is the kind of aggressive move that wins championships, not just headlines. So, what do you think? Does this trade make the Bengals the new team to beat in the North? Drop a comment below and let's get the debate going. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to keep up with all our NFL deep dives. At the end of the day, championships aren't won in the draft, they're won in the trenches.